There you go. What's up, everybody? Hello. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Welcome, everybody, to Between the Frames on a wonderful Monday afternoon? Yeah, afternoon. Monday afternoon. Never know really what time I'm here at. It's, it's quite, the surprise sometimes that I don't remember what day it is. Hey everybody, hope everyone's having a wonderful day today. As always, we're going to go ahead and get situated here before we go ahead and start. And, yeah, hope everyone's having a good day. Let's go ahead and see what's up here. I've already put all my Discord notifications. I sent the tweet. Okay. Let's go ahead and, alright. Yep, I got that situated already. Let's go ahead. Okay, exit out Discord for now. And, where's my chat bot? Oh, I'm guessing this is not ready yet because no one's sharing. My little chat window here that I usually have. Well, let's go ahead and see what's up here. I think I'm doing good, as in like frame rate wise. Should be fine. Is there anything else I need? I got the info for variety lights right now. Everything should be good. Alright. But yes, guys, we're back. It's been a while since y'all have seen me, of course. Well, at least here. Let's go. Last week I was doing stuff on the Nerdcore. Decided to give last week my dedication to getting stuff ready again for the Nerdcore and being able to do my podcast and stuff and all that. And then this week, going ahead and get back on, like, you know, the overall grind of stuff here and stuff on the Nerdcore too. So today I'm doing this, and then tonight I'm doing the On the Rocks review for our Sofia Coppola films, and then like after that, for the patrons, you guys are gonna get to see the cinema condition being recorded live. We're gonna do that, and then, you know, tomorrow nothing really, and then Wednesday there's gonna be you know, Hot Fuzz for patrons, and I got all that. And what's called Nerdy Chicano Live on Wednesday. So this week we're getting back into the swing of things, hopefully. I know there will be a live show on Friday. There won't be a live show on Saturday and Sunday, but there will be a live show on Friday. But today we're going to start our journey. I'm excited because, oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and go grab it from the, let me go get it back from the, let me go bring it from the shelf. Let me get it from the shelf. Back to my, there we go. What's it called? We're doing we're making our way through the essential. Oh crap! Wow. Fail. All right, look. The essential Fellini box set from Criterion. We're making our way through this big bad boy right here, and I'm excited. I'm really excited. We're starting today with 1950s variety lights, and then next week we do the white chic, and we go on our way from there. You know, Criterion did this. Hold on. Criterion made that set like last year. It was one of the 4 announced sets of Bruce Lee, some Bruce Lee films. Años Verdad. We had the complete films of Años Verdad. We had this set, and then we also had the World of One Car Y, and which we have talked vigorously about on the stream and on the YouTube channel, which you can go and subscribe to by searching out my name. That set came out last year, and I got it for for Christmas from a good friend Luis, and we finally going to start our journey throughout this set. Today we're going to be discussing variety lights. It's got a lot of new restorations of Nights of Cabiria, Il Bidone, in half. Amarcord. I was actually really lucky to have seen Amarcord in theaters for the what's called Fellini 100-year celebration for his birthday of 100 years old, and yeah. The filmmaker Federico Fellini is one of the most incredible filmmakers of all time. Probably one of the most fantastical of his kind. It's called. He started off with screenwriting, of course, for Rome Open City, and then he makes Variety Lights with Antonio Labauta and La Tuada, and we go on from there to his illustrious career. Man, these are not his complete films, of course. They're not his complete films. They're a selection of like about 14. I think they're 14 films with a couple like documentaries, TV films, and all that. But we have a really big selection of films of his essential. Of course, you of course can't see a complete set because a lot of the rights are not owned by Criterion. Janus doesn't really have access to all his films. That's why I believe on Kino Lorber has the newest restoration of City of Women, which I've been trying to pick up myself because I've never seen City of Women, and it's one that I've been wanting to watch a while from Federico's career. Sorry, you all know how it is. What's it called? I talk too much, my mouth gets dry. It happens. But yeah, man, what's it called? That's gonna be our journey. We're gonna be talking about Variety Lights today, and let's go ahead and see. Yeah. Let's go ahead and pull up info right here. So I was looking extensive. I tried this. Well, I know that it said in the beginning that this was one of the new restorations. So this is one of the newest ones. Let me go ahead and give you all some information about the set itself. So this is what you're gonna get if you get the Essential Fellini box set. You get new 4K restorations of 11 theatrical features with uncompressed mononeural soundtracks for all films. You get a new digital restoration of the short film Toby Dammit from 1968, and the television film Fellini, a director's notebook from 1969 with uncompressed mononeural soundtrack. You get a Fellini documentary, Fellini, I'm a Born Liar, 2002, with Marcello Mastroianni. I Remember, 1997, the latest presented in its 193-minute version. You get 2-hour 4-part 1960 interview with director Federico Fellini by filmmaker André Dulvaux for Belgian television. 4 behind-the-scenes documentaries: Reporter's Diary, Zoom on Fellini, 1965, Ciao Federico, 1969, The Secret Diary of Amarcord, 1974, and Fellini Racconta on the set of and the ship sails on, 1983. Fellini Racconta Paziate della Memoria, a 2000 documentary featuring interviews with a late-in-life Fellini. Giulietta Massina, The Power of a Smile, a 2004 documentary about Fellini's wife and frequent collaborator. Once Upon a Time, La Dolce Vita, a French television documentary about the film. Audio commentaries on 6 of the films included in here. Program from 2003 on Fellini's 1960s television's advertising work. Archival interviews with Fellini stars and collaborators featuring Mastroianni, Sandra Milo, Anu Amélie, and Magali Noel. Archival audio interviews by film critic Gideon Bachmann with Fellini, Mastroianni, and Fellini's friends and family, video essays, and more. Plus, it's all deluxe packaging, including 2 lavishly illustrated books with hundreds of pages of content, notes on the films by scholar David Forgarx, essays by filmmaker Michael Almereda, Cogonada, and Carol Morley, film critics Bill Javiri and Stephanie Zacharek, and novelist Calm Tribin, and dozens of image spotlighting Don Young's renewed collection of Fellini memorabilia. So, great, what's it called set. Overall, just, like presentation wise, I love this set, but we're not here to talk about sets. We're not doing a retrospective stream today. We're doing a between the frames episode of what we think about this film, Variety Lights. And without a further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. Let me go ahead and read to you all the description of it. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the the words from Criterion, because I think Criterion does a great job in like, what's it called, putting out the words for these films. Which, by the way, this one was available on the collection before. This is actually one of the restorations because it was a DVD before. So this one gets a major bump in quality wise. But Variety Lights 1950, made in collaboration with Alberto Latuada, Federico Fellini's directorial debut unfolds amid the colorful backdrop of a traveling vaudeville troupe, whose quixotic empresario Peppino Di Filippo is tempted away on his faithful mistress Giulietta Massina by the charms of an ambitious young dancer, Carla de Poggio. Though the details of what the division of duties was between the two directors was unclear, this lively backstage capriccio is unmistakably Fellini-esque in its whimsical fascination with the heightened reality, carnivalesque characters, and exotic allure of the world of show business. In the first of her celebrated collaborations with her director husband, Giulietta Massina displays the spirited vulnerability that would soon become an archetype of cinematic emotiveness. There you go. That is Variety Lights 1950. I will say this right off the bat. I'm a big fan of Federico. I love Federico's work. Before this, I had seen only, before this set, I had only seen, La Dolce Vita, 8.5, Roma, which I'm really excited to see in this new restoration. Roma, Amarcord, of course, at the screening, but this was a new restoration I saw. I saw Toby Dammit. Yes, I watched Toby Dammit. It was really good, too. I'm trying to remember if there was any other ones. I mean, here, let me pull up my letterbox, actually, because I've got my list here. Love it when, oh, there you go. Now it pulls up the list. Now it's opening the app. So before this, I had only watched, before the set, we did our month on Federico on the Nerdcore. So I had only seen 8.5, Nights of Cabiria, Amarcord, La Dolce Vita, Roma. This is it. What's it called? I still need to watch Satiricon for our Patreon mini, but I think I'm gonna wait until I get through it on this set because I really want to see this new this restoration of it. So those were the only films I had watched before of Federico, and I'm pleasantly really surprised that I had never really gone into anything before Cabiria. We're talking about Il Bidone, La Strada, I Vitelloni. I had never done any of those films before. I hadn't even heard about The White Sheik or what's it called, or this one, Variety Lights. I always had thought that his first was actually, I think it was Il Bidone is the first one, the earliest one. Vitelloni. Yeah, hold on, man, I'm trying to. La Strada's in 54, Vitelloni's in 53, Bidone? Where's Bidone? Bidone is in 1950. Yeah, so I had really been under the impression that Vitelloni was the first film of Federico Fellini. I didn't even know that The Voice of the Moon was his last film. I had really thought that And the Ship Sails On was his last film. And I also had the wrong date for Intervista. I thought the Intervista was before And the Ship Sails On. So, my extensive knowledge on Federico had not been, as expansive as I really thought. But, I was really surprised that when I got this, when I'm going through the set, I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch this first film. So, I had never seen anything, prior to Cabiria. You know, they were, you know, of course I knew about La Strada, I know about Bidone and Vitelloni. You know, I had never really gotten the chance to watch these films, but before that I had never seen, you know, those early Fellini films. And I'm talking like, especially this one, which he co-directed. Like, you know, it's I always thought that I never had thought that you know, he was gonna share credit with somebody. I thought he had always made his own films, but you know, I'm really excited to tell you that I actually really like this film. I really like this film. I'll tell you this: incredible restoration done by the people over there at Janus, or what's it called, people by, at the lab. I cannot remember who, and I'll probably write this down for the next couple of ones, which lab restored this one. But they did a really good job at restoring this film. The audio is pretty clean. It's not as like clean as you would think, like with the other films you're gonna get here. But this is a very old version. This is one of the older versions of. This is an old film of Federico, so you know the quality isn't gonna be the best before on the old version compared to this new restoration. But I will say, what's it called, that beautiful 4K digital restoration of it is magnificent. I mean, I want to see if I can find like the old version of it before the actual, what's it called, you know, the restoration, because I want to see what's the big difference between the versions. So of course, you look for Variety Lights, Criterion, and you get City Lights from Charlie Chaplin. But that's not the one I'm looking for. Oh man, let me see if they give it to you right here on these pictures. I think there are pictures from the new restoration. Well, you know, I'm not gonna really find it. You know, it is an old copy. It's an out of print copy. I believe everything up to, you know, to Cabiria. There were some of them in this, what's it called, set that like recently were out of print for a while, and they weren't, what's it called, you know, released separately anymore. And like, you know, you have to wait until you get the Criterion set to really have these films and new restorations. But the restoration process was beautiful. I mean, so those colors, the what's it called, the you know, the contrast and just the black and white just looked a lot cleaner on this one. And you know, the sound, like I said, the soundtrack, not the cleanest because it is an older film. So I'm guessing that the restorative process on this one was a lot tougher because you're working with some negatives that are like a lot older than the other ones. So this one was a lot, you know, this one was good. It wasn't the best, but I will say I really enjoyed the, you know, the at least the restorative look of it, and I really enjoyed the film. I love Giulietta Massina in this film. She is incredible, but of course, Giulietta is incredible in all the films that she's in, and that is pretty much a well-known factor when it comes to Giulietta within the film of Federico. She's incredible. She is so full of a lot of life and a lot of charisma. Of course, you know, she gives her best performance in Nights of Cabiria, of course, but this is still a really good foundation of what Giulietta's career with Federico will be like in the next coming films. Hold on, let me go ahead and get some water in. Let me go ahead and check. I don't know if my chat bot is. Let me just. I forgot that I don't have my chat window here. There we go. Now I'm good. I got my chat box right here. But yeah, I really enjoyed the film. It's you know, it's, yes, to an extent, yes, it is Fellini-esque as in the way of like what it covers, like, you know, the whole show business type of world, the what's it called, you know, the whimsical status of it. It's not really as Fellini-esque as I want to say, like, you know, La Dolce Vita, Amarcord, and all that. This is Fellini really starting to get his style in there and really starts to understand his style. I'm thinking that in the next ones where we start seeing him kind of be the own director and start really getting into his fold with La Strada, we start seeing like the Fellini that we know, the Federico Fellini, the Fellini-esque director who really starts to like unwind and show his like fantastical imagery. And is this one with Nino? Let me see. I would like to see if this is with Nino, because I don't think that music was Nino, at least not that I'm aware of. Let's go ahead and find out that. Oh man, this is why I love doing this live. Y'all really do get the all up in here, like the whole raw version of all this. Let's go ahead and see if Variety Lights was what's it called? No. Variety Lights 1950. Alright. I wonder if so it's on Amazon Prime. I wonder if that's the DVD version of it. Probably. Music by it doesn't even have a composer. Wow. I'm guessing the music was just music used by the soundtrack, actual classical classical music. So we got here that it wasn't even like edited by Catozo or anybody. It's directed by Federico and Alberto. It's produced by Federico and Alberto. It's screenplays by Federico, Alberto, Tullio, Ennio, Tullio Pinelli, Ennio Flaiano. Cinematography by Otello Martelli. I believe he is the one who did. Yes, he did La Dolce Vita. What else had he done? Let me see. He did Paisan, with Roberto Rossellini. The Flowers of St. Francis, of course, with Rossellini. I Vitelloni, La Strada, Il Bidone. He did La Dolce Vita, and that's it. Yeah. Let me go ahead and just this music's kind of distracting me. Let me just put it a little bit more lower. There you go. Alright. I think y'all should still be able to hear it. But for me, it's a little bit lower. But yeah, this doesn't even have Nino on there. That's wild. That's crazy. So not even Nino, not even Dino De Laurentiis, who, had produced a lot of Federico's films. Of course, as it said, like, there's not really a lot of information, like, present on, like, production stuff about, about Variety Lights. It's just, it's one of his films, and there's not a lot of information presented on it. But, I liked the, at first, when I first started watching the film, I was like, oh, this is kind of like, I don't know if I'm really into this, but, because I was like, oh, it's a little bit slow in the beginning, but we start really ramping up past that first act, and we really start to get into some really interesting stuff. And just, of course, the acting from Giulietta is just always something that, like, really, like, surprises me, and I'm in love with every single time I watch Federico's films with her. So I'm watching this, and, like, I'm just, like, as more and more of the time passes, I'm like, oh man, this is freaking fantastic. Like, this is a really, really good film by Federico. And by the end, I was just really, really, really having a good time with it. And I thought that it was well made. I thought it was well shot. I really, really, really enjoyed the story about basically, like, show business, and how it's like a really manipulative and exploitative kind of a business, and how, you have this man. Sorry. You have this man who, like, desperately wants to make it, but, like, he can't seem to find the right partner to, like, launch him there, and he's easily caught off guard by the women and who come near him, and also just by the money that he wants to make. So, like, he doesn't really have what it takes. He just simply wants to be able to find that one person that's gonna get him there. So I thought that was, like, a really interesting story of basically just the whole manipulative and exploitative world of show business. And and of course, Giulietta plays his lover in the film, because he was a woman that he was having an affair with. Uh, he was cheating with her on his wife, and towards his wife. He's with this woman. He's with Julieta Messina's character, and then he meets this other woman. He thinks that she's gonna really bring him into the fray with fame and fortune and all that, and then obviously it doesn't happen, and we kind of get more and more into the whole really twists and turns of showbiz, right? And we start really getting into this film being about how this man just doesn't have his shit together at all. He doesn't. He really wants to just find the fastest way to get on with his career, because he just has no idea how to spend his money. He has no idea how to hold a steady relationship, and he doesn't understand how to be a supportive person to the people around him in his life. So I thought it was a really well made film. I gave it a 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I will say that this is my lead. Well, when you look at my ranking, this is in the sense of feature films, this is the lowest ranked one, but it doesn't mean that it's bad. It's just it's really good. I really liked it. It's just not up there with the Dolce Vita 8.5, Cabiria, Amarcord. The one below that one on my Letterboxd list is Toby Dammit. I had watched Toby Dammit for class, and I watched the old version, so I'm gonna be really excited to check out this the newest the new restoration of Toby Dammit. I really want to watch it. Maybe pay a little bit more attention this time, because I think when I watched it in class, I was just it was a night class, so I was really tired, so I had not really watched it. I was just kind of just looking at it per se, but yeah, I really enjoyed this. I also, it's always so interesting to see how in the United States, in 1950s and 50s films and 40s films, you rarely saw black people in films, and if they were in there, they were slaves and stuff, and you saw those shitty slave films. And in this one, there is a black character in here, and he's just a man roaming the streets, and he's it's not the clarinet, it's the saxophone player. Of course, he does end up going into this new company with our main character, as he tries to exploit him. But I was always interested. I was always surprised by how in Italian films you do have a lot of black characters compared to in American films. But of course, American cinema took very long, and it still is taking very long to give black actors the rightful place in their films, and not resort to black trauma on the screen. So I was really surprised. There was also a beautiful Brazilian actress in this film. I think, let me see her name. Really, a great performance by her. She sang really beautiful in this film. Lina Amor, no. I really was the fan of Carla de Pogios, or however you say her name. I'm not really sure. I wasn't really, a fan of Carla's, performance in the film. I think the performance that to me sticks out from the actresses is Julieta. Trumpet player Johnny. Yeah, John. John Kitzmiller. Who worked in his native land as well as Italy and the United Kingdom, achieved his greatest fame and popular and versatile actor in Europe, making an estimated 40 European films. He was the first black actor to win the Cannes Film Festival Award for Best Actor in 1957 for his role in the Yugoslav film Valley of Peace. Oh, wow. I'm gonna actually put that on my letterbox right now. Valley of Peace. He was also in Dr. No. That's really interesting. Valley of Peace, Dolina Miru. When the planes bombard a Slovene town, a Slovene boy and a German girl set on a journey towards the valley in which there is no war. On their way, a black American pilot who jumped of a shoot-down plane joins them. Although American planes have killed the boy's parents, he accepts the pilot with enthusiasm. The children communicate with him in German, and the Valley of Peace seems like the last paradise place of refuge. The Slovene boy, the German girl, and the American pilot represent a symbolic triangle of peace in this adventure happening in the middle of the War of Liberation. This is really interesting. I'm gonna, see if I can possibly find this film to watch it. And he's in Dr. No. What else has he done? But he was a great addition into this film. He was a great actor in here. Variety Lights. Looks like he just did a bunch of fucking European films. Valley of Peace. The Naked Earth. Why have I heard of The Naked Earth? Seven in the Sun, Pirates of the Coast. Dr. No, of course, Tiger of the Seven Seas, Cave of the Living Dead. Yeah. Oh, he did die kind of early in his life. He died in 65 at the age of 51. So there wasn't a lot more. Wow. But, I really liked him. Let me see what's the name of that girl. Maestro Vanja Orico as the Roma singer. Okay. She doesn't have a page, but she was great. She was, her character was Brazilian, but I'm pretty sure she's not Brazilian. But she was great. I loved her in this film. Some of the men in this film were the acting from the men in this film are kind of over the top. But I mean, that's kind of what you get with Fellini. His character, his movies are kind of over the top. It's what makes the whole Fellini-esque feeling of a film, of his films. So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. But it was always interesting to see the many men who were into Liliana, and just coming into her room and just trying to be with her and stuff. It's they would get into fights because Checo didn't want them to be with her and stuff. I thought that was really interesting. Does Pepino come out in anything else of his? Yes. Is that Boccaccio 70 the one Fellini? Oh, well, I don't know if he comes out in the film with Fellini, but I think he comes out in the Boccaccio 70 film. The whole, the thing. What's the word I'm trying to look for? The anthology of Boccaccio. In the country store. I'm trying to see if there's anything else with him and Fellini. I don't think so. Wait, he doesn't even. What's called? The film's not even in here in his filmography. Luci de Variedad. Doesn't look like he has anything else with with Fellini. Overall, I mean, I really like this film. I thought it was beautifully made. It's a really surprising film. It makes me realize that I really do need to watch more of this early Fellini. What else is early pre-Cabiria from Fellini? Let me see. So interested in what this early stuff of Fellini. The Voice of the Moon. Okay, so we go all the way. Variety Lights. So there's nothing really past before Variety Lights. Okay, well, of course, because he was writing screenplays at the time. He wasn't doing anything with the film directing. He does The White Sheik, Vitelloni, Love in the City. La Strada, I Bidoni, Natsaka Birria, La Dolce Vita, Boccaccio 79, Boccaccio 70, Segment, La Titoni de Antonio, In Half, Juliet Spirits, Spirits of the Dead, Satyricon, The Clowns, Roma, Amarcord, Casanova. Casanova's one that I haven't seen either. I think Kino Lorber did a restoration of that too. Orchestra Rehearsal and Ship Sails On. Ginger and Fred, Intervista, and The Voice of the Moon. Yeah. Well, I really enjoyed this one. I really do recommend you all watch this. I really do recommend, just kind of going through the filmography of Federico Fellini, kind of understanding more of what his career entails, and I really, really do enjoy the film. I give it a 4 out of 5 on my Letterboxd, of course, and I think that you all would enjoy this too. So I will see you all next week for 1952's The White Sheik, starring, let's see who's starring in this one. Oh, wow. Oh, if you all didn't know, this one is written, the story is by Michelangelo Antonioni, another incredible Italian director and writer. So this one has Alberto Sordi, Giulietta Massina, Brunello Buvo. Oh, okay. You got some what's it called? You got Giulietta again in here. Of course you got some pretty known actors to work with Fellini. I believe Alberto worked with him on Vitelloni. Yeah. So had a really enjoyable time, y'all, and I hope you all had a wonderful time too. We will see each other next week for another episode of Between the Frames. With that being said, what's it called? We'll see each other for Between the Frames next week, but I'll be back on Wednesday for the Nerd Chicano Live with Zen Ray as we talk about trying to stay motivated with our streams and trying to fall into the world of burnout. So, with that said, I will see you all later.